What's up?
What's... Miami University.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Say I'm a Democrat, so can I speak bluntly to you?
Yes.
I think you're a hypocrite.
Okay.
You've gone on a rail about practice.
Sure.
You have gone on religion and how say Islam is entirely, completely bad. Yet you refuse to go Catholics in your own religion. Remember the origin of the word faggot? That was when Catholics were burning gays on a stick. And what about the Republican Party? Have you seen their platform? It's the most.
Why do you think I like Republicans?
I think you like Republicans because they're conservative.
Well, I like Trump. I don't like Republicans. Why do you think I like Republicans? I've very often said the opposite. I think they've been total fucking cunts to blacks and gays. They haven't been particularly nice to women either. I don't know. The only reason that I've supported any candidate for the Republican Party is because it's Trump. Never supported a Republican before. I don't think they're particularly nice people in many cases.
Yeah, because you're alt-right. You're the speaker for the alt-right.
No, not the alt-right. Oh, you think I'm a white... Oh, okay, all right. Oh, dear. White super... I don't what?
Journalism is, say, unbiased part of the news, but you give a completely biased section of it.
What do you mean by unbiased? Do you think the New York Times is unbiased? Do you think NPR is unbiased? Right. So what's an unbiased news source in your view? What's an unbiased source in your view? Give us an idea of what an unbiased source looks like in your view. Because it's my view that there's this sort of suggestion on the political left that, you know, the holy grail of journalism is to be unbiased, to just stick to the facts. This sort of fact-checking data journalism kind of mythology, which is really just political ideology masquerading as data-driven reporting. There's this sort of idea that there's this sort of holy grail of impartial reporting. Well, my view on this stuff is that you should be open and transparent about your political objectives in a way that the right is and the left is not. Open and transparent about your political objectives, and let readers make up their own minds. I've never claimed to be impartial. I think it's fairly obvious I have opinions, and everything I say should be taken, with that in mind. And you should go and listen to me, and you should also go and listen to feminists, and you should go and listen to Black Lives Matter activists, and you should work out who you like the best at the end of it. Now, the problem is you're listening to bad sources because you come here and you have sort of under your breath, almost not as loudly as you said anything else, but under your breath you sort of said, "Oh, white supremacists, blah blah blah." You kind of wanted to get it under the radar. You wanted to say it without me having an opportunity to dispute it. Fuck you! How fucking dare you call me a white supremacist? So, you're not leaving as well, are you? Come on! They always leave. Defend your allegation that I'm a white supremacist. Defend your allegation that I'm a white supremacist. Defend your allegation that I am a white supremacist. You call me a white supremacist. Defend it. Defending... Am I? Baby. See the amount of black dick that's been in my mouth. It's really I must be the most self-loathing white supremacist in the world. I asked you, and I'm going to give you one more opportunity to defend your allegation that I'm a white supremacist. Just try, do it.
Because you're enabling it. Because you have the main platform that is spreading.
What am I enabling? Because what I've talked about this evening isn't race or skin color, I've talked about values. And when the BBC did what you're attempting to do now, as 1.3 million people have seen on my YouTube channel, what they did was try to conflate an admiration for American values, for the First and Second Amendment, for freedom, democracy, property rights, capitalism. They tried to conflate that with race. They tried to say, if you're proud of your country, or you admire the values of another country, that somehow makes you a racist. It doesn't. So I ask you one final time. Please justify your allegation that I'm a white supremacist.
As a journalist and as a reach to millions of people, you have an obligation, and you are blowing it with this hateful rhetoric that's further dividing this country.
What hateful rhetoric? You're not answering the question. White supremacists hate me. The Daily Stormer is the epicenter of white supremacists on the internet. They declared a holy war on me. They said they would never read Breitbart again until Breitbart fired me. They said I was their number one enemy. White supremacists and anti-Semites hate me. I prefer the expression race-mixing kike faggot, but whatever. Sir, racists hate me. They hate me. Of course they do. So, racists hate me, but I'm a white supremacist. You're just confusing me. You're confusing me. And I'm very easily confused because I'm a homosexual, but should we give him another chance? Give him one more chance. Okay. All right. Okay. One more try. I believe in you. I believe in you. I know you can do it. One more try. Justify your allegation. I didn't ask you if I was enabling white supremacists, which is just an equally idiotic allegation, but it's not the one you made. I'm asking you to justify your allegation that I'm a white supremacist. Please do so. All right. I think we've had enough. We've had enough fun at the expense of the disabled. Thank you very much. I'm sorry you're so stupid. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks, Milo.
Before we dive into a set of facts and statistics that may boggle your mind, it's my duty to read you your Milo-approved Miranda rights. You have the right to controversial opinions and speech. You have the right to confront and to disagree with, to rebut and to question opinions that don't match your own. You have the right to do all of that without being told that you are violating a safe space. You have the right to reject the brainwashing forced upon you by professors that make Obama look like the aforesaid Che Guevara. And most importantly, you have the right to worship your dangerous faggot. Now, I'm not a real policeman, but no, I know. I have had some policemen in me. Sorry, I'll stop. It's cheap. It's cheap. It's cheap. You should stop laughing. It just encourages me. That's not even in here. I'm just... But I do recognize that blue lives matter. Blue lives matter. Black Lives Matter doesn't really care about black lives. It's, as we'll discuss shortly, more of a movement for attention, money, and, like most activism, more money. To achieve these goals, they focus their energies on cases of black men killed by the police. Well, the work of criminologist Dr. Richard Johnson of the University of Toledo explains just how futile this is. And some of this stuff is tough to listen to. Some of this stuff is not pleasant. It's not the kind of thing that you want to discuss over cocktails. But it's important to understand the problem if you're going to fix it, which Black Lives Matter definitely can't. Based on 2012 numbers, it would take 40 years' worth of blacks killed by police to equal the total number of blacks murdered by other blacks in a single year. Right. Less than 400 people a year are killed by cops. 61% of them are white men. 32% are black males. Black men are not killed out of proportion when you consider they're much more likely to interact with police. People are killed by police about as often as they're struck by lightning, but I don't see many protests about storms. Black males are 58% of those killed legally by private citizens in self-defense. And you think, aha, we've got you on something. Except 75% of them were killed by other blacks. FBI statistics on murder lay bare the real threat to black lives in America, and that is other blacks. Black men are about 6.5% of the US population, but they commit 52% of all murders. That has dipped to about 40% in recent years. Black men overwhelmingly murder other black people, and white people overwhelmingly murder other white people. So just like abuse and harassment on the internet, this isn't really a racial issue like that isn't really a gendered issue. Looking at overall violent crime, blacks are 27% more likely to attack whites than vice versa, and 8 times more likely to attack Hispanics. This is the shocking number I hope you take away from my visit. 90% of blacks that die of murder die at the hands of other black people, and that's from the FBI homicide report. 90%. We're not here to talk about why this happens, why 74% of black children are raised without fathers per Health and Human Services, and why the government seems intent on continuing a cycle of destruction within the black community. My message is simple. Black lives don't matter to Black Lives Matter. If they did, they'd be confronting these issues instead of ignoring them completely.